Okay, welcome to another episode of Brown Queens Podcast. What if we talked in a British accent for the entire... No, it'll sound terrible.
Welcome to the Brown Queens Podcast.
Wow, your British accent is way better than mine.
I used to talk to a guy that was from the England, and he was quite all right.
Yours is very proper.
Yeah, I used to talk to a guy from England. I met him in this is Joty Neha, guys. I met him actually in Vegas. And we talked to each other.
That's where all of them go.
Yeah, so that's where you meet them.
Yes.
And he was so handsome, so tall.
Because I once met an Indian guy from the UK.
Yeah, that's their dream. They want to meet like American girl.
Yeah.
And he knew who I was too, but he wasn't weird about it. He was super proper about it, and I don't know.
Maybe my future husband's in London.
And he's gonna come to Vegas.
Yeah, and swoop me.
But yeah, that's where I got kind of a decent accent from, because I used to talk to him all day long. But at a time though, it did get annoying sometimes.
I spent some summers in London. No, I can't do it anymore.
London town.
London, in that super Punjabi town. What is it?
Oh,
South Hall.
South Hall.
Yeah, it's where my aunts live.
Oh, that's fun. I've always wanted to go to England. I actually thought about
come
going.
with me.
Can I please?
Yeah.
No, really.
My
can
family. Yeah, of course.
I actually really want to go. I was supposed to go this year was supposed to be my travel year. I was supposed to go to India and England.
Oh my God, me too. I wanted to go to. I've been thinking we should go to India and England. We could do a Brown Queen.
Yes,
tour.
I wanted to go to India and actually explore our country.
Yeah.
And obviously we know the language. Well, you know what I mean. And I know Hindi and Punjabi. And do you know Hindi too?
I know Hindi, not Punjabi. Actually.
See, there you go. So we would get by, and they know English out there, almost everybody.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about recording it or having I hate saying servants, so the workers that my family has. Take one of them with us to record for us. You know what I mean?
You want to take one of the servants to record?
Yes.
I mean, they would do it.
Yeah, you'd pay them $10 a day.
10 cents.
Yeah. I would be nice enough to give them 20 a day.
I don't know how good they would do, but they would do it.
I would give them practice first.
Well, we should have a meet and greet. We can see if we have any fans in India.
You know what? I'm sure we do. I feel about Indian people.
Well, even if we don't, we could start. We'll do a live podcast somewhere, and they could just come.
No, you can just act like you're somebody. India people are so fond of anyone that's.
They are.
Yeah.
They make me feel my cousins make me feel like a celebrity every time I come home because I'm from America.
Exactly. So that's all we have to do and be hi, do you know who I am? Yeah. Or just have your cousins hype you up, and then everybody's going to come through.
I'm excited. Tour coming soon, guys.
Yes, after this crazy stuff in India stops.
So I know that we were supposed to have a therapist on this week,
yes.
but she canceled because she was not feeling well, which we all understand these days.
Yes.
So we will have her on next week.
But you still have us.
Including our mental health saga.
Yes. But speaking of mental health, how's your mental health been?
Okay, well, I'm on my period. So are you. We talked about this. We're synced. But so it's been a little bit of an emotional week. The day before I start my period, I just cry about anything. I was literally sitting there thinking about my dog getting old, and actual tears streamed down my face.
You're so sweet.
And then I snapped at my mom. I was having a day where I was everything in life sucks, and I hate COVID, and nothing is happening for me personally.
It's slow.
Everything is just slow. And then today I'm I feel really happy. It's just such a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
No, I actually went to go see my dad this weekend, and I snapped on him and my brother, and I was nobody appreciates me. Your son doesn't even care about you. I care about you.
Oh my God,
crazy.
the saga of the Indian daughter.
Yeah.
Nobody appreciates us in families.
No, because my dad was taking my brother's side, and then my brother was not defending me because it was his fault.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
My brother can do no wrong, even though he does everything wrong.
Everything.
And I can always do everything wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So basically my brother wanted to, this is such a stupid story, but so my dad had to go into work for a couple hours. So, and then we were going to go to the snow. And then my dad took more than a couple hours. So my brother was I want to go to brunch. And I'm okay, let me find a spot nearby. Yeah. I said, let's find a spot nearby. But my brother found a spot in Seattle, which was 30 minutes away from where we were. And I'm okay, let's just go if you want to go, right? We get there, my dad calls, he gets off, and I'm like, oh, Dad, we're going to be like about an hour. We're in Seattle. And my dad gets super mad, like, why the fuck did you go to Seattle? Like, there's so many restaurants here and this and that. You could have went to your family's house and had bronte. And I'm like, first of all, nobody wants to eat bronte in Seattle. Like, you know, and then second of all, I'm like, Sky wanted to go. So he's like mad, and we go back, right? And I tell my brother, I'm like, I'm rushing him, like, Dad's back. So we go back, and my dad yells at me. He's like, you want everything your way. You can't just stay home. You have to go to fancy restaurants and go all the way to Seattle and la la la.
You're like, it wasn't even me.
Yeah, and I'm like yelling, and my brother is super quiet. And I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, hello, can you tell him? And he's like, yeah, what she said. And I'm like, bitch, like, well, are you fucking kidding me right now?
That's the story of my life at home. Like,
Yeah.
I used to get so frustrated when my mom would get mad at me for things, and I'm like, it's not even me. Like, do you just never want to blame your prized son?
Yep, and that was what made me more sad was because, and then I went off and I'm like, he didn't even want to be here. I paid for everything. You know what I mean? I'm like, I made him come here. I saved you. Like, I got like really emotional, and I started crying, and then my brother got mad, and he was just like, why do you ruin the vibe? And I'm like, the vibe? Fuck the vibe. I was like, get the fuck out of here. So then we start fighting. I start crying. And then finally, like, my dad calms everyone down. And he's like, let's just go to the snow. And I'm like, I don't want to go to the snow. And then, like, finally we go to the snow. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Dad. You know, he's like, I'm used to this. It's fine.
Listen, this is a story of every Indian household. Like, you're not alone. Like, you just described like a day in your life.
Just another normal day.
This is the saga of a brown daughter.
And they think we're psycho, but it's like, no, we're emotionally unstable because of you guys. Like,
no, really. And then on your periods, it's worse.
It's like what you said, the shoulder, like the weight on the shoulders.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? I accomplished one of my 2021 goals this week. I just remembered.
Oh,
I started investing, which was like one of
nice.
my things. So I feel good about that.
What are you using?
My friend's mom is like a mutual fund manager or something. So
cool.
she helped me. So I'm using her.
You're actually using a person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I just used Robinhood.
I need to start getting onto that too. That's my next step.
I do $50 a week. Like
that's good.
My guy taught me. He was like telling me.
I feel like I'm behind, but I'm on it now.
No, girl, I'm only like I think $1,000 invested so far, but in different like things.
Yeah.
But he was just teaching me like it's more of a long-term thing rather than fast money.
Yeah.
So
it is. You kind of have to like. She told me that too. She's like, you don't like just don't pull out.
Yeah.
Until,
yeah.
Like way in the future.
Unless it's an emergency, but then you're gonna regret it later. But that's cool. That's good for you. I've been investing too. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but it's in there.
Yeah.
It's in there. I own 1% of something.
And what else did I do this week in my unproductive week? I recorded the Bus It video.
Oh, you did the Bus It challenge.
And my legs are so sore. I feel so old. I'm
my God.
Are they supposed to be this sore, or do I just like I don't have it anymore?
My ass was stiff, and the funny thing is, my ass usually moves.
I didn't even twerk though. Like I was just like I kind of just like
you just did the sexy face.
Yeah.
Did you actually see Jordan Woods' Bust It where she was doing too much?
That was insane.
She was.
I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
But she does have a big butt, but I think it was like overdoing it.
Yeah, it felt aggressive.
It was very aggressive. I was like, okay, we understand.
We get it.
We get the point.
You look amazing.
But yeah, did you go on that date you were supposed to go on?
No, it hasn't happened yet. We've been talking. I'm bad at dating. Or I don't know. Like I started doing this and I'm like, I don't like, this is so slow. Like if we were to just go out, like why do we need to keep texting?
Yeah,
like,
right?
I suck at texting. I hate small talk. Like I'd rather be like, let's just hang out, get to know each other.
Do you want to get married?
Yeah, exactly.
Are we gonna get married or not?
Is
like
this happening?
are you looking for something serious?
But I don't know, like I realized like I've never dated somebody that's been like a stranger. It's always been somebody I kind of already know.
Someone, yeah.
Yeah, so it's weird. I'm like, he said something about like Arab guys because he's Arab, and I wanted to make a joke like that I'm into Arab guys, but I'm like, is that inappropriate?
Oh yeah, right.
To the guy that I'm like talking to.
You're like
I just don't know what to say.
You don't know what to do. I don't either, honestly.
But I'm going with the flow. So I thought I was getting like the nice guy because he's like a doctor,
yeah,
and all this stuff, but he was like telling me about like how like he loves going out and like all this other stuff.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, and it kind of made me feel like, wait a minute.
Hold on, red flag.
I thought I was getting the nice, mature guy. I've already dated the crazy guy, so now I'm just like, did I just sign up for another crazy guy without knowing? But I'm not going to make any assumptions. We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, don't make assumptions yet. Well, also outdoor dining is coming back, even though it's 20 degrees outside.
So now I don't need to find like some type of picnic or something.
Yeah.
Just go somewhere.
Go somewhere, eat, have drinks, and, you know, maybe vibe.
Yeah.
And hopefully clubs never open, so he doesn't ever want to go out.
No, I love going out. I just don't want, like, I feel like I have a good balance where, like, I love going out, but I'm still, like, super serious about my life.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, I don't want the guy that loves going out and is, like, way a part of the scene.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
he's a doctor, so how much could he be a part of it? But
Yeah, because he has to wake up in the next day. Maybe he's not. Maybe he means, like, maybe loves going out to him is, like, once in a while. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. Or likes to go on trips.
Yes.
Because that's fine.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. But speaking of dating, did you see Halsey? She's pregnant.
Yes, I'm happy for her because she was like
with G-Eazy.
Yes, the saga that all of us like continuously dating the guy where you're just like, oh, sweetie.
Yeah, like
he's so bad, and he
so
cheated
bad
on her like 50 times.
On everyone, he's so like
such a fuckboy.
He's an ultimate fuckboy, but like she went for the guy that
I used to see him out at like the same parties and clubs as me like weekly.
Everywhere.
I'm like, when he had a serious girlfriend, I'm like, what are you doing? Like always out, bro. Like when do you see your girlfriend?
He's ultimate. Like he's one of those guys that's not going to settle down. He's had supermodels after supermodels. You had Halsey. I thought they were like a really like good couple.
Me too. And then I would see him like out at like the same table as me Friday night, like with some random white girl
just making out. He was making out with fucking Meg Thee Stallion's cheek. You could tell he was like rolling.
Yes, 100%.
They were both rolling, 100%. Yeah. But now she's with the normal guy.
Yes, we stand.
Yes,
the normal guy.
Because Ariana Grande's also with the normal guy now. $1,000
It's the wave now.
It's the $1,000. 1,000 followers only, and he's private. That's what we need. We don't need a guy with what is it? Social media?
Yes. We don't want a selfie guy.
Not a selfie guy. No shirtless selfies.
Yes, no, none of us want a selfie guy.
No liking big booty hoe pictures and then getting mad at me for posting.
It's so funny. Whenever I'm on like the dating apps or whatever, the minute I see a guy like with a selfie, I'm like, no.
Me too.
Sorry. Like,
me
no.
too. When they take selfies or shirtless pictures, I'm not. Unless it's somebody took it of you at the beach and you're on a vacation. But it's like in the mirror.
Or it looks like, no mirror pics at all.
No, women do that, not men. I'm sorry.
No,
so yeah. Weird. So yes, no, none of that.
How are things with you and your boo?
They're good actually. So I know you know how you were talking about like dating again and how it's like you don't know how to.
Yeah.
So I'm so used to not having someone in my business all the time. Not business, but like having to like. He's not in my business. He's being a boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I haven't.
And you're like, why do I need to tell you that?
Yeah. Like, and I've always been in situationships. Yes. I wasn't ever in a real relationship.
Preaching to the choir.
Yeah, right? So now when somebody actually wants to take me seriously, I'm like, what's the big deal? Who cares if I did that? So what if I didn't tell you?
You're like, oh, this is what commitment is.
Yeah, exactly. And then he was basically telling me that, right? One day he was like, I know you haven't been in real relationships, but this is what happens in real relationships. And I got really angry, and then I sat and thought about it, and I was like, oh, shit, I haven't really been in a real relationship. I just do what I want, hope for the person to call me, this and that.
Yeah.
Say white lies and get away with it. Not now, so. But I'm learning. You know, I'm learning to do, well.
I feel like that's how I would be, too. Like, oh. Like, how do I even do this?
Yeah, like, okay, for example, did I tell you about the boat party incident?
Yes.
So, yeah.
That was, like, crazy, though. You didn't do anything wrong.
No, but it lasted, and my friend who's here also, hey, Lucy, I even got her, like, opinion, and I was like, do you think he's overreacting? She's like, he's 100% overreacting.
Yes.
And it went on for about, like, a week, like, the arguing and everything and all that. But finally, like, we're at a good ground, and I just realized that I just have to tell him everything.
Yeah.
And
in the back of your head, that's just a little like, check one.
Yes, it really is, because I realize he overthinks a lot, and so I used to trip off him a lot.
Yeah.
Because he used to go out and he's like an ex-fuck boy. because he, you know, the way he's
a retired
fuckboy. So like always talking about like not on purpose, but the stories he tells me, I take mental notes because I like him obviously more now. So I'm like, this motherfucker was a little hoe, you know? And then so my friend told me that she found his cousin on Instagram, and he used to tell me stories about him and his cousin. So I decided to go deep into the Instagram into when he was in his party days, and sure enough, there's pictures of him because he doesn't have social media.
Yeah.
So I'm looking and I'm like, oh, he wasn't like that attractive back then. At least not to me, like not to my liking.
You're like, nope, nothing to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I can see why other girls were probably into him and stuff, but I'm like, oh, you know, now I have no worries about anything. So then I started being like cocky. I'm like, I'm the best thing that's happened to him.
That's so funny. You probably are.
That's what I was thinking.
But you know, that should be the mentality every girl has going into anything. Like, I'm the best thing that's ever happened to him.
Exactly. So then you won't be insecure, and you'll also be confident. And I just feel like there's no need for, you know, any of that.
I'm so ready to, that's what I was thinking about too. Like in all my previous relationships or situationships, is it your mom?
No, but usually it is my mother.
I've always been like kind of insecure, and I feel like it stems from maybe because they were like situationships or whatever.
Yes, same.
But I'm the most confident I've ever, or secure that I've ever been in my life right now. So I feel like I'm ready to see how I'd be in a relationship. Like I feel like I would knock the shit out of the park. Like, you know, like I'd be a great girlfriend. Like I'm secure.
I would knock that shit out of the park. That is the best thing I've ever heard.
Because I'm like secure, I'm calm, I'm collected, I'm mature.
You are.
Like, give me a conflict.
You're spiritual.
Like I'm ready to handle the conflict.
You know why? Because you already had all the bullshit.
Yes.
So now you're just like, okay, like I can go through anything, and there's no point of doing this.
Yeah, watch, I'm gonna be a crazy asshole.
No,
I won't.
No, being in a normal relationship is crazy because I had a meltdown with him quite a few times where I like blow up, like I that happens to me a lot when I like hold stuff, not a lot, but I'll hold stuff in and then I'll just blow the fuck up and I see red. Like
my friend is like that too. Like she'll hold everything in and be like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And then she'll blow up. I'm like, you need to, you know,
let it out.
So
and then it's like, and I say things I don't mean. Like I'll be like, I don't care, break up with me, blah. Like, you know, I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. And I just cannot control it. And to have somebody not yelling back at me and letting me let it out and then being like, okay, it's okay. I understand. Are you calm now? And I'm like, like, why are you so calm? You know what I mean? And then like afterwards, he was just like, how do we fix that? Like, why do you get like that?
Mature.
Yeah. He's like, why do you get like that? When do you start getting like that? And then I'm like, I'm calm.
If I were to psychoanalyze you, I would say from previous situationships, you know, you walk on eggshells because it's not a real relationship. You want to be like perfect.
Yes.
So you hold as much back as you can until you reach the point where you're like, no, I can't.
Yeah,
you know?
I can't do this. Yeah.
So now you're in a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
Where you like try and like hold everything in and then eventually let it out. Maybe.
I'm
not a therapist, but that's just
maybe.
thought.
And I think even like back in home, like having like the whole like family stuff, I would always blow up and nobody would care.
You know what? Maybe it's an Indian girl thing too, because I feel like some families, not all, some Indian families are healthy, but you know, I feel like because I used to do that too. Like you just don't feel like heard.
Yeah.
As a girl in Indian families,
so and like then you end up like
and then you end up snapping on like your entire family.
And it's so normal that like
it's so normal.
Yeah,
like, I'll like yell at my mom like crazy, and then the next day be like, "What's for breakfast?"
Yeah, right. And then sometimes I feel like when I'd yell, they wouldn't even care. I'd be crying, ballistic. Like I would think you don't want to live anymore.
Really
like I'm
unfazed by the cry.
Yeah, like literally like, and they do not care. So when like somebody,
so sad
they don't give a fuck. And then when somebody does, you're like, what? Yeah. So like having somebody like care like that, I like took a day and I text them the next day. I'm like, I really appreciate you trying to work it out with me. Cause I'm like, wow, like that's what it feels like, you know?
See, we're going to need to bring all this stuff up with a therapist.
Yes. I'm like, why do I literally see red, dude. Like I say things that would like hit below the belt to somebody.
I've gotten to that level before.
Yeah.
Too.
And I don't mean any of those things.
Yeah.
And I'm not that type of person, but when I'm in that mode, it's like I cannot control.
I used to have a really bad habit, like way, way before when I was super insecure, toxic.
Toxic, yeah.
Like when I get super angry, I would hit like way below the belt.
Yeah.
And my friends would be like, "You are way too mean when you're angry."
Yeah, that's me. And it's like, and I don't try to be. It's really uncontrollable. But I mean,
it just comes out.
Maybe there's a way of controlling it, and maybe the therapist isn't for you guys. It's for me.
Yeah. I mean, you're really just gonna listen in on a live therapy.
Therapy session, yes. And I think a lot of brown kids need therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, we come through a lot of toxic, families and situations.
I know. I saw that you posted on your Instagram this week about you venting about something. What was it? Men. You were venting about men.
Oh, when am I not?
I know.
But I was just literally like, I had posted the Bust It video, and that was like weeks ago. And just the amount of hate that I was getting from brown men, it was just like I just didn't understand. Like, how could you even hate on that?
Is
like,
that
I look
what
great.
Triggered it?
Yeah. So yeah.
But that's like such a everybody is posting that.
Exactly. But like brown men are so threatened by women. Like I wasn't naked.
Yeah.
Like
sexuality, but it's not even that
my ass wasn't even
We're
moving.
Just like bending down. Like it's just our body.
Yeah, exactly. So and I looked cute. Like I know I did. So
yeah, I think the point of the video isn't even that. It's to show like us like having a little glow up.
Exactly. And it's fun, whatever. But it was just like the amount of comments I was getting, like you're a disgrace to the community.
That's messed
la la
up.
la, this and that. I didn't care about the ass thing. I said it by myself. Like I look stiff, whatever. And just so many. And I was just pondering about it. And then like obviously I'm with somebody who's not Indian. And I was thinking about the fact of like, damn, I can see why like our girls steer away from men from our culture, even though we want them.
Because you feel so judged.
Yeah. And who wants to deal with that?
Yeah.
And who wants to like you go to like for example, the guy that I'm dating.
You feel like you have to live to a pedestal.
Yes.
Like of this perfect
I have to be their mom
yes,
or whatever.
You have to be
their
your mom, their girlfriend,
yeah.
their wife, their maid, their whatever.
Exactly. So I was just thinking like then I'm with my guy and he thinks I'm such a good girl.
Yeah.
Like he said when he first met me, he wasn't sure, and then when he sees like my values and stuff that I didn't even realize.
I'm an angel.
Exactly. Or even like your non-Indian friends think you're an angel. You know what I mean? And like I was sitting there and I decided to tweet about it. The amount of girls that like were like, you just said what was in my mind today, yesterday. Like so many girls, and it's like we're all live the same life.
Yeah.
And some girls were even saying that they did marry or whatever, a white man or a black man or whatever man because of those reasons.
Yeah, like they put us in these boxes. And
and they're the ones who steer us away. And then they talk shit about us for being with non-Indians when they do it all the time.
Yeah.
Because they think we're crazy. Oh, I'm not with brown girls because they're crazy. First of all, y'all made us crazy, But so I was talking about that and a lot of girls agreed with me. And it's kind of sad, like, because you do want to be with somebody who's of the same culture.
Yeah, we do. And we've said this all the time. Like, you and me both want to ideally be with brown men, but
to find the perfect medium is kind of hard,
It's so hard.
It is, and you want to make your parents happy, and that's another pressure thing because we actually care about what they think. And,
we do.
Yeah.
See, we're not just some crazy little hoes.
Right? We're not little hoes. I mean, there have been times, but it's not,
And I always think about that. Like, what if my mom saw my Instagram? But I don't think my Instagram's that bad. Do you?
I don't think it's bad.
You need to look at it after and tell me for real.
I don't think it's bad at all.
I don't think I have anything bad. I have like a couple swimsuit pictures which my mom would not approve of.
But like, well, my mom's like, my mom had to deal with it because I like always like, for about 5 years is when I started kind of like coming up.
That's what I was thinking too. Like now that I'm at home, like it's so hard to like take pictures in my room. Or like I would want to share with my mom that side. Like she obviously knows I'm a radio host and do that stuff.
Yeah,
but like
maybe just show some fashion senses with her. My mom made me zip up my sweater today when I went to go see her, and I was like, Mom, have you seen my Instagram? Like, lady, she's like, you can
well,
see
that's
her bra.
awesome that your mom is like a little bit more liberal.
She argues with people in my comments.
Aww.
Yeah, like somebody will talk shit about me, and then she'll be like, she'll go peep their page and be like, you shouldn't be talking. You only get 5 likes on your pictures or something like that.
We need to change societal standards, though. This is why men think that it's okay to say things like that.
You know what? Speaking of that, I actually posted something on my Instagram that CNN posted, and it said, A court in India has ruled that groping a child through their clothing does not constitute sexual assault.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like ballistic.
That is because groping anyone, period, but especially a child. Yeah. And that's another thing. Like in India, like in our culture, like there's songs made of girls saying that she just turned 16. Like, you know, they translate it in Punjabi. Like they don't do it anymore now. But before, like, she just turned 16. She looks so bomb, blah, blah, blah. But in America, that's not considered, no, you're still like, you know, not an adult. So that's like already engraved in their brain to look at girls that way. And then at home, the women aren't treated well. And then the moms are making girls like, she has to be like this, and that. So just growing up.
Yeah, literally. It's so ingrained in every area of life, from like society to your family to like the way you
The government.
The government rulings.
Yeah. So it's like, how do we win? So that's just super disgusting to me. And it's like, and then sex ed too. Sex is so forbidden in India. But we're the biggest population in the world. Why? Because you forbid something.
Yeah, we
so
don't
hard.
talk about it openly.
No, but everyone's raping, having sex, horny, leaving disgusting comments.
And the government like making rulings like this just show like they do it more because now men know that they could get away with it.
Groping, I dare someone to do. I'd stab them.
I know.
Or see a kid doing it to a kid, I'd kill you. Like,
and
literally.
I definitely do feel like it's like a societal thing ingrained where like women are shown as like sexual beings or like our bodies or like baby makers.
Yeah.
We're like seen as all these tools or objects rather than like human beings.
Human beings, yeah.
That's why men in America, like even men in America are creepy too, and they just don't do things because they can't get away with it.
Exactly.
But it's like, look at the Me Too movement where so many men did do things because they thought they could get away with it.
Because they had money.
Yeah, until somebody, so it's like what would men do if they could get away with it? Like in India, you see
groping.
Exactly. You see one reality where it's even worse.
Yeah.
But in America, it still happens in places where you could get away with it. Like in the TV industry or in the music industry. I'm waiting for it to happen in the music industry.
Right? It's probably going to, it's going to be
Yeah, we work in like such a male-dominated industry. There's been so, like, men
it probably
say
happens
so
a lot.
many inappropriate things to me. I'm sure you've like had
all the time.
Exactly.
I've had to pass up on so many great opportunities because I couldn't deal with the like being sexualized or them wanting to date me. And I get so uncomfortable that I don't even want to deal with it. So I just don't talk to them.
Literally working at a hip hop station, I feel like I had to learn how to like when I was first there, I like didn't even know how to, and I had to like do the like laugh off like
yeah.
And then
but why
away.
should we have to do that?
Exactly.
Right?
It's because they have like power and like we don't want to lose our jobs and like it's so annoying.
It's so pressing and it sucks and it's like it's supposed to be okay.
Yeah.
Like what if I start? I mean, guys don't care, but what if I'm like, damn, your dick is looking great, like in that pants, like that would be so uncomfortable.
There needs to be a day where like all women just treat men how they treat us.
Like,
just
damn, look at that ass,
and then just grab it.
Right?
Like, how would you feel? Like,
spank it.
Like, what are you doing touching me? I don't even know you. Like, that's what men do in the club.
Yeah.
They like grab you when
or they'll move you
by.
Like this.
Yes. It's like, do you know me? Why are you in my space? Why are you touching me?
And we're supposed to just be okay with that.
Yeah.
You okay, girl?
Choking.
You're so mad. You're like, ah! No, I ain't mad. But the another thing I was gonna say is like, you know how people make so many jokes about Indian people commenting you, like the Indian memes and stuff like that. But like we laugh about it, but it's actually really embarrassing, and it shows like what.
Oh my god, I know, like the Bobby Indian.
Yeah, because
embarrassing.
they don't know how to talk to women. They haven't been taught about sex. Like even though guys think about sex 24/7, normal men don't comment things that they're thinking.
Yeah.
Indian men will because they think it's okay. Just because a girl looks pretty, they think she's asking for it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, she's on Instagram, she's out there, she looks sexy, she wants my dick. So they started saying like, oh baby, I love you, you know, and you laugh, but it's like, or I like bobs and vagine. You know what I mean?
But it is gross.
Yeah.
It's like, get out all that sexual tension with your wife.
Right?
Something.
But why do they say it? Because that's what they've been taught. So do better, ladies. Teach your kids better.
Yes. As the next generation of mothers and fathers, we will be more like open and talk. Like my son is going to be such a little feminist.
Aw, there you go. Aw.
They're going to be so modern.
Women are queens, right?
Yes, you're going to treat her right.
Exactly. And that's how it should be. And that's how, you know, women and fathers and everyone should teach their kids that, you know, women are not objects.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? So
Who's our brown queen of the week?
our brown queen of the week.
I feel like it should be Vanessa Bryant and Natalia
yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
And Gianna, who's in heaven.
Yes.
Because it was the anniversary of Kobe and his daughter Gianna's passing and the other 7 people. And I just cannot even still imagine what they're going through and how strong they are and amazing. They are queens. They deserve all the love.
All the love and everything. Because, she lost the love of her life. They lost
And
their
her
father.
Daughter,
yeah.
To both of them. And then in a helicopter accident. Like, that's just so much. That's so tragic.
And I like that she asked for respect and said, please don't show pictures of the crash, that they don't want to relive it. And I'm glad that no one did that. So
yeah, I didn't see any of that. Just like memorials of
just respectable stuff. But I was getting really emotional when they showed like one of his videos where he was like, hey, I'm sorry I couldn't make it tonight. Like, I just wanted to tell you.
I didn't see that one. That one would have broke me.
Yeah.
But even like all the, like some people posted some really good videos. Like I was like tearing up again. I was like, this is so sad.
Or the Mamba out. That got me chills.
I can't believe it's been a year.
Dude, I can't believe this. It's 2021, like at all, But yes,
seriously,
those are our brown kings and queens of the week of forever, actually.
Yes.
But rest in peace to Kobe and
forever.
Yes, and Gianna.
And we have some questions.
Yeah, so we did some asking questions on our Instagram.
We'll do a couple.
Well, yeah, we got some good ones. So let's start off with. So let me see this one right here. Sorry, I have like 5 million accounts that I have to log into. The Finstas.
All of them are her stalkers.
All my stalker accounts. So if you're blocked, I'm still following. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
We can still see you.
Yes. If you could thank someone you hate for something, what would it be?
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
I don't hate anybody right now because I've released all of my hate. But I don't know. Thank you to everybody that's ever done anything bad to me because it made me who I am.
There you go. Is there anyone specific you feel like that brought out a certain side of you? Someone that, let's not say you hate, you strongly dislike.
Strongly? I don't even, no, I don't think so because I don't dislike
anyone. You're so sweet. You know what's funny? Actually, this is off topic. Like on your Instagram.
Well, maybe I should.
No, right? No, like on your Instagram, like your photos and stuff, like you're so fierce and you would think that you would be like very like mean, maybe.
This is why people think that I'm what do I need to do to post photos where
ponies,
I look
candy, lollipops, like
should I like
smile,
be at home, hugging my mom, smiling? These are all the things that shitty guys tell us.
You know what? You should start doing like little snippet videos of you like, today this is what I like. You have like you like try to teach me spiritual stuff. Maybe you should do that like daily or something, or like or once a week.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and they can hear you talk and see that you talk really sweet. So I think you should do like maybe like Wednesday wisdom or Monday motivation or something like that.
Okay, I like
got
this.
you. Okay, I got you, girl.
You're like, you look like such a bitch, but you're actually not.
I'm like, I look like a bitch, but I'm a part-time bitch. No, I'm just kidding. But okay, back to the question.
How about for you?
I only hate one person in this whole world, and it's the girl who ruined my life. She was my first Indian best friend, and I had just moved into this small town in Northern California. I'm not even going to mention the town because it has worst memories ever. But I met her because my dad forced me to go to a wedding. And I was like by myself, and she came and like was being like so nice to me, probably because the bitch didn't have any friends because she was such a bitch. But
you guys can sense the anger in her voice.
So she like lured me in, and I was like like this young girl, like I didn't have any fashion sense really. I was just like. You know what I mean? I was just young, you know, like
you're a young little Indian girl.
Young little Indian girl. I wore like Abercrombie here and there, whatever. She was like from a rich family. She was pretty. She was cool. And I kind of looked up to her, and like I was kind of like her little sidekick.
Yeah.
And just slowly, I think she just. I mean, I know now, but she hated on me. I think I don't know, like maybe she didn't like that I was like the prettier one. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but like people told me that they used to say that, or people would ask her like, oh,
well, what are the things she did to you?
Oh my God. So like, so we were at like a reception and like an Indian like party. And I was the first one to buy like a new cell phone, right?
Yeah.
Like a fucking BlackBerry or whatever. And she was like, oh my God, you got a nicer phone than I do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I was so excited. And then we were dancing and then we come back. All of a sudden, both of our phones are gone. Nobody else is on the table but both of ours. But I trusted her as a sister so much that like, I was like, oh my God, who stole our phones? And she was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it, la, la, la. And like, she went along with it. And then when we were going through a tiff, whatever, we got into a fight, all of a sudden the text messages that I had with my boyfriend were leaked and all that. And later on, it clicked to me that this bitch was so crazy she did that.
This is like some Mean Girls
Dude,
stuff.
no, and it gets worse. And this guy that she was such a compulsive liar, but I always used to believe everything she said. She used to talk shit about everybody to me in the Indian community and be like, don't talk to her. She's like this. Don't talk to her. And I listened to her because I thought she was like my sister. So this guy that she was talking to that she pretended like was chasing her, but she was in a whole ass relationship with him, but acting like he was following her.
Yeah.
So he called me and I was cool with him because we'd hang out with him sometimes. And he called me and told me like, hey, Joty, you're a really good girl. And I just wanted to tell you that she's not your friend. So he basically was like, after she was talking shit about me, I think he felt really bad.
Yeah.
And he told, like, the stuff that I had told her, he had told him already, like, all my secrets. And they weren't, like, bad secrets. They were just, secrets. Like, family shit and this and that.
So she, like, spread rumors about you all over town.
So basically, I didn't make drama. Back then, I wasn't like how I am now.
Like, I was a good girl.
Yeah, I was a good girl. So I just slowly stopped I pulled away from her. I wouldn't answer her phone calls that much. I'd say I was busy. When we'd be at school, I was kind of like, hey, like, it didn't say much. So she sensed it. So this bitch flipped on me so hard that there was a picture of me like freaking her, like you freak your friends.
Yeah.
And she got that picture, put it on a flyer. And this is when I was my first year in college, a freshman in college now. She put the flyer, it had the picture where she blacked herself out. And it said, call me for a good time. And she put my house phone number and had her cousins and people call my house. And my dad would answer and said, how much does your daughter charge?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and laughing.
That is so terrible.
Yes, and she put hundreds of flyers around school, but luckily some random girl found me on MySpace, some white girl, and was like, I found these flyers. I told the security, I'm so sorry this is happening. And so I went to, so she like helped, the janitor and her helped get everything, and I went to school and they were gone.
This is why you're so defensive about these things.
So, and I was so angry. So my tipping point, and then she started telling people that she used to talk shit about to me, that I said those things about her. Then when people were like, why are you mad at her? She made up a lie. And I put this on everybody I love, my mom, my dad, my brother. She made up this lie that I fucked her cousin behind her back, and her cousin went along with it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I was a virgin back then, guys. Okay, and then
I hope she apologizes to you one day.
When I see her, I'm gonna say fuck you. So basically, I feel like she's the reason why people think all these bad things about me is because she created that narrative with Indian people. That was the first time I ever had any kind of like Indian exposure. After that, I became like this crazy girl. But
you know what?
I hope she fucking
she
gets.
made you that. But listen, karma is a thing, and she will get what's coming to her in the world. And
she's ugly now, so there's that.
And look at how amazing you're doing.
Yeah, but anyways, that's the only person I hate. And if you're out there, and I know when you listen to my podcast, which you probably do, fuck you. That's all. That's all I want to say.
And to the next question.
I mean, like, I know we were talking about this before. Like, do you think you should forgive people?
Oh, yeah.
And do they change?
Okay, so this girl, anybody out there that watches The Bachelor, there's this girl that everybody likes because she's, like, really sweet and nice on The Bachelor. But all these stories, which might not be true, we shouldn't just believe them, but, like, are coming out saying she was, like, a bully and part of this Mean Girl squad in high school. And I do not like Mean Girls at all. I don't like bullies. I don't like, maybe it's because I was like a shy little girl.
Yeah, I don't either.
So
I was bullied.
So I don't think that that's like cool. But then again, like people change so much after high school. You're a kid, and a lot of people act.
I agree with that.
Mean because they're like insecure about certain things.
Yeah.
So it's like, do we forgive the things?
I think high school you could forgive unless like they. Like
put
flyers up about you. She did that in college, though.
I feel like okay.
She did that in college.
Okay, yeah, that's
college. That's an adult.
You're right. No excuses.
You're an adult.
But if she apologized to you, would you take it?
No.
No.
No, because she ruined my life.
You don't have to like her, but would you be like? Would you release the anger?
No. No, I wanted to kill myself. I literally wanted to kill myself.
That's so
yeah. So
terrible.
and
you still deserve an apology.
Yeah, but like I literally I think about these girls that get picked on, and I think and I know what they're going through.
I know.
It's the
I
worst.
really hate bullies.
Yeah.
Like it's so mean. Like people don't deserve.
And I don't think
it.
she changed because that was when she was 18. You can't just be a horrible person like that and just change unless she found Jesus or something. Like I really don't think so.
Hopefully she did.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's one person that I will not forget. Somebody that makes you want to kill yourself.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's not. And imagine girls that are like her, and people are not as strong as I am, and people do take their lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people do like bad things.
And that is why people need to have voices, and we need to change societal norms. And
that's a good thing about social media, though, because girls can relate more and see they're not by themselves.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
That is so true. Because when you're growing up, like everything you go through, you feel like you're
like, why
alone.
is this happening to me?
I know that I'm going through this. I'm so alone in the world.
And we all live the same life, basically. Yeah. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But back to positivity. But that's only
back to positivity.
But yeah, that's one person I really, really hate. Anybody else that's talked shit about me, I've had girls fuck me over. I'd forgive them.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of it was steamed from jealousy. But she took it to a way another level. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Once you involve the family, no.
Yeah, no, bye. Another great question someone asked was, what's your most embarrassing moment?
Being in love with a guy who wasn't in love with me for 6 years. I don't know, like I can't think of anything really embarrassing, but like it's embarrassing when you're like girl that is, you know, in a like hopelessly when you love the person more. Yeah, it's like, have you seen those TikTok things where it's like the trend where it's like the moment I remember like the times where I let a guy get away, all the times I let a guy get away with something and they do the little thing. No, I'm going to show you the video after.
Okay.
You guys know what I'm talking about if you've seen the trend. Okay. But it's like, you know, it's like when you're randomly up at 3 a.m. and you're like, I can't believe I let him do that to me or treat me that way.
Because you have a clear mind now.
I mean, I'm glad I went through all of that because like it helped me grow as a person, and like I don't blame him at all because obviously it took two people. But it was so embarrassing that I allowed myself to be treated that way. Aw,
well, you're not alone, and you realize that you're not going to let yourself be treated. Oh, yeah, girl. I was in that shit for 2 years. Be played like a fool.
A fool.
My embarrassing moment is like not that serious.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to make mine that serious.
No. Well, my last answer was very serious. Mine was, so I was like I wanted to be cool so bad in like elementary school. Was it junior high?
Okay, we all did really embarrassing things in the
No, this is really, really bad. So we weren't really that rich back then. We grew up middle class and stuff, and I wanted to be cool with the boys. I wasn't that cute either.
Yeah.
So they were like talking.
By the way, what Indian girl was cute?
No, there's no mustache and everything. So they were talking about rollerblades that came out. They were called a K2.
Yeah.
If anyone does rollerblading, they were like the shit back then, right? So I was like, oh, I have them. And they're like, what? You have the K2s? And I'm like, yeah, I have the rollerblades, you know? And they're like, oh, come by the skate park tomorrow and we'll like, you know, we want to see them. We want to ride with you. And I thought it was so cool. But I would never go to the skate park because I didn't have them.
Yeah.
So
because I didn't have them.
Yeah. So like, bring them to school. We want to see them. And I was like, no, my dad won't let me, you know, like da-da-da. Like they would not let it go. Either they knew I was lying or they really wanted to see them, right?
Yeah.
So then one day my dad was like, my brother wanted to go to the skate park. And I was like, no, I don't want to go to the skate park. And my dad was like, why? You always want to go to the skate park. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go to the skate park because I had some cheap ass $20 rollerblades, okay?
Yeah.
So then I go and I'm praying like, please, please don't be there. Don't be there. And of course they're there, 3 of them. And they're like this, looking as I'm riding, and I'm just like moping, like rollerblading like this, because I know what's about to happen. And they're like, those aren't K2s, those are blazers.
I love that it plays back like a movie in your head. Like you were at like 6 years old.
Yeah, I'm like moping around. It was the worst day of my life. I was so mad. I was crying. My dad's like, what's wrong? I'm like, you made me come to the skate park.
Listen, we all have a million of those stories.
Yeah, and I was made fun of for the rest of the year.
Aww.
Yeah, so you guys let him have a really great childhood.
Oh, come on. Shut up. One rollerblade story, and she's like, that's it.
This girl of my life, my rollerblades. No, I was so embarrassed. And then I got cute, and I think people forgave me after that. But
Okay, but like for the record, like all of us look like awkward little Indian girls.
Yeah.
And our parents that were immigrants did not give us the coolest clothing.
No.
I did not look cool.
Walmart,
with my
Ross.
little Walmart jeans and like my
Ross on sale. I wouldn't be surprised.
had to even
Goodwill
beg
was
my
in there.
mom for a JanSport backpack.
Me
I'm like,
too.
Please, mom, let me get the JanSport.
Dude, I begged my dad for
Me too. They
JanSport.
were like, I don't understand
Begged.
why you need a $30
He's all here.
backpack.
Just get this from Walmart.
Yeah,
Here's
but
fucking.
No, I need the JanSport.
It was like Mountain Hiker brand or something. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I want.
Now I could care less if I have a
Yeah,
JanSport
no,
backpack.
but we've all lived the same life.
Yes.
But yeah, that was an embarrassing moment for me, you guys. Yeah, but okay, last one. Who was the last person to make you cry?
I don't know. Probably. Oh, my dog. Thinking about my dog getting
Oh
old.
God. The last person to make me cry was my guy, but he didn't really make me cry. I just cried.
Got emotional.
I got emotional because that's what happens with old age, guys.
That's what happens. We cry about everything.
We cry about everything. It's not you, it's us.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, in conclusion, you have to go on your date because
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
outdoor dining is open for maybe
Yes.
5 days.
Yeah, what's like 40 degrees outside, so
You know, you'll be fine. Everyone wants to
I need to wait for a 75 or above day.
It'll happen. It'll be like a random day in like 2 weeks. But yeah, we got to find out if he's a party guy. And I am going to see my guy this weekend, and hopefully I fight with him.
Ooh.
Not fight with him at all.
Okay.
Yeah, because he
Fingers
thinks
crossed.
I'm an alcoholic, but I got to prove to him that I can drink normally.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Slowly sip the sangria.
Yes,
Water
slowly.
in between.
Think happy thoughts. Don't be mad. I'm not going to be mad about his past anymore because he wasn't that cute when he
We're
was younger.
releasing it and letting it go.
Yeah. I hope he never listens to this podcast.
I hope none of the guys I ever go out with ever
I'm going to
listen.
tell him podcast is horrible. Don't ever listen to it. But yeah, and we'll hopefully have a guest or two.
Yeah, we're going to have a therapist, and it'll be a great episode for mental health.
For us, not you guys, for us.
You can listen to live therapy, though.
Yeah, live therapy.
Free. Look, it's free cost. Usually you have to pay $100. Free therapy.
And brown people, you're not crazy. It's just, this is just how
We're
life is.
carrying generational trauma.
Yes. All right, guys. Well,
Bye.
thank you so much. Bye-bye.